There's exciting things ahead for Parramatta. So we decided to interview a very significant member of Parliament, the MP for Parramatta, which is Geoff Lee. Before doing that, I wanted to give you a bit of a scope of what's ahead for Parramatta. I'm standing here just underneath the Meriton Apartments, where most of the development and most of the exciting things in Parramatta are actually going to be happening. So if you look to the foothills here, there's going to be massive development up along these back apartments. This area here, where the bridge is, which is down to Smith Street, is going to be the area where council is going to actually improve most of its infrastructure. All this area here is actually owned by council and will be actually the place where the Powerhouse Museum is going to be, and many new restaurants and eating areas. And where I'm standing right now is set to be the new beach. So there's a lot ahead for Parramatta, and I'll let Geoff Lee tell us the rest. So thank you so much for joining us, Geoff.
Thank you, Philippe, for coming in.
Well, Geoff, I mean, a lot of the locals are wondering, what does the future hold for Parramatta?
Well, certainly the future for Parramatta is really good, a bright future. We're investing some $5 billion over the next 4 years as a state government. We're building light rail. You've seen the stadium being completed, $300 million stadium. We're bringing the Powerhouse Museum to Parramatta. That's $640 million just for the building. We're building an education precinct that has a university in it. Sydney University is moving into North Parramatta. We're building a heritage precinct. We've got a $1.6 billion upgrade to Westmead Hospital and the Children's Hospital. There's many great things that are happening in Parramatta, and it's all go.
That's unbelievable. I mean, when you're looking at the changes coming to Parramatta, what has brought on these changes?
Well, I think it came back to 5 or 6 years ago when the state government declared that their priority was looking at a 3-city strategy. Sydney is the eastern city, Parramatta is the central city, and the Aerotropolis as the western city. So Parramatta being centrally located for the greater Sydney basin, we've actually benefited by significant resources being ploughed into Parramatta. We're building a jobs hub here. We're going to grow our jobs in the CBD from 50 to 100,000 jobs over the next 10-15 years. And as part of that, we're also growing home options, whether it's apartment living, whether it's low density, residential blocks, but we're giving everybody different options. And now our big challenge is how we actually make it not just a big city, but a great city. It was a really interesting fact that I found the other day that Parramatta is actually the geographical centre of the Sydney basin. Absolutely, we're right in the heart of the whole greater Sydney area. 25 kilometres to Sydney CBD, 25 kilometres to the new Aerotropolis, and the new Aerotropolis is where we're not only going to deliver a new airport for Western Sydney, we're actually going to deliver another 200,000 jobs. So what we want to do is create these cities like Parramatta where you live and work within 30 minutes. And I think that gives everybody the option to spend more time with their family, more time doing their leisure, more time at home rather than stuck in traffic. How does the government decide what to approve and what not to approve in these areas, the growth? Well, the planning process, some may say, is difficult. It's a combination between state government objectives about the need for creation of jobs and creation of homes, and also the local council. The local council makes up their plans for the specific areas in terms of what density it requires. Something like Parramatta CBD has great potential to put the apartment living, where other suburbs around Parramatta are more low density. In fact, a lot of those are duplexes or just residential blocks. And I mean, just to sum things up, what would you say you're most excited about that's coming to Parramatta? Probably the most exciting thing is the state government's investment. We're investing $1.2 billion over every year for the next 4 years. That will create so much infrastructure and bring Parramatta, as I said, not just the big city, but a great city, whether it's a $2 billion light rail for stage 1, whether it's $1.6 billion worth of hospitals, whether it's a new heritage precinct at North Parramatta, whether it's enabling Sydney University to build their second campus. Already we see Western Sydney Uni and University of New South Wales building a brand new campus in the CBD. Whether it's a new pool, new stadium, whether it's the first vertical schools for the New South Wales public system, great schools, $300 million worth of investment. It's really provided that catalyst for Parramatta to go as not just a centre for jobs, but a centre for entertainment with the Powerhouse and the new Riverside theatres, it's just a wonderful opportunity to really build Parramatta in the city that people want to live in.
Seems like there's a lot of exciting stuff ahead, Geoff. Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you, Philip.
Yeah, I look forward to the future ahead.
I just want to invite everyone to come down and look at the wonderful Parramatta and the wonderful things that we're going to offer. Already you see the changes in the streets. We're bringing some 10,000 jobs over the next 4 years to Parramatta, public servants jobs. That'll be the catalyst for the redevelopment of the jobs market in Parramatta, let alone somewhere like Westmead. We're growing those jobs from something like 18,000 in the precinct to 25,000 over the next 10 years. These are great jobs. These are high knowledge, high innovation jobs of the future. So Parramatta is certainly on the move.
Thank you so much, Geoff. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Philip.
Thank you.